welcome everyone to episode 83 of my Manchester United career on Football Manager 2017. Today's episode sees the Champions League return, and it returns with a bang. Today we are playing both legs against Bayern Munich in the Champions League knockout stages. The first leg at Old Trafford, the second at the Allianz. It's going to be tough, but can we book our place in the quarterfinals? Well, a lot's happened since the last episode. Let's have a look. The first fixture I played off camera after beating Tottenham in the previous episode. We travelled to Stoke and we beat them by 2-1. Robert Lewandowski opened the scoring. Smalling made it 2, and just a couple of minutes after that, Stoke clawed one back. We travelled down south for our next Premier League fixture to Selhurst Park to take on Crystal Palace. Finished 2-0 there to Manchester United. Romelu Lukaku with the first goal in the 23rd minute. Andrea Conti scored an own goal 10 minutes later. A very dominant performance from Manchester United. 4 days later, we returned home to Old Trafford to take on Hull City in the Premier League, looking to extend that unbeaten run, and we kind of did, but it finished 2-2. It was a very disappointing result, to be honest. I mean, when you look at the quality we had in the side as well, not good enough. We certainly bounced back, though, with a huge win over my feelings West Ham United at Old Trafford. 5-0 with Romelu Lukaku with the first. Fosu Mensah also found himself on the score sheet, along with Paul Pogba, Marcus Rashford and Juan Mata, who capped things off with a penalty. It was our third home game in a row in the Premier League against Derby County, and we beat them 3-0. Romelu Lukaku almost catching a hat-trick. Lewandowski also on the score sheet. Up next, we're at the Hawthorns to take on the Baggies. West Bromwich Albion. We just about got the 3 points here. I was hoping the momentum that we generated over the last couple of games would see us through comfortably, but that wasn't the case. Rico Henry debuted in this game, and it wasn't a bad start either. You're probably wondering, why is he only debuting now? Well, we only really signed him up on deadline day. That was when the deal went through. He was putting it off signing the contract for some reason. I think he wanted to stay at Brentford, but eventually we swayed his mind. So he is now part of Manchester United. Also, HYDE started in this game. He's been looking for first team football. He was annoyed that I left him out of the squad selection at the start of the season, and he has asked to leave. But I think I'm going to give him a chance before the end of the season. And finally, our unbeaten record has come to an end. Why does it have to be at Old Trafford? Why does it have to be against Southampton? Rico Henry, who played a part in this game, his second game at left back because Luke Shaw was injured, had an absolute terrible game. I think he crumbled under the pressure at Old Trafford. So he's not used to it, and we dropped all 3 points. They absolutely pulled us apart, Southampton. I was very disappointed with that, but 1 loss out of, what is that, 7 games? It's not bad, but losing to Southampton just a couple of days before having to play Bayern Munich, I'm hoping it's not going to have some sort of an effect on the on our players here. Now, here's the league table as it currently stands. Arsenal still struggling to catch us up. Tottenham close behind them, breathing down their necks. But look at that, what an advantage we have at the moment. I mean, being 14 points top with just 12 games to go, we could have this league title retained in a matter of weeks, maybe in the next month or so. I mean, we're only in Feb now. We could have it wrapped up by the end of March. Who knows? There will be some absentees for the fixtures against Bayern Munich. The first being Ander Herrera, who's out for, well, the rest of the season. 3 to 4 months with a knee tendonitis. It's an absolute blow for us. Him and Paul Pogba in central midfield, they've really held it down there. They've been so solid. That's mainly in the Premier League. I mean, he's only had 3 starts in the Champions League this season, and he's been pretty average in the competition. So, who knows, we might not miss him that much. However, we will miss Eden Hazard. He's out with a broken toe for 2 to 3 weeks, so it's not that bad, but he will probably miss that second leg. Well, he's most certainly going to miss the first leg against Bayern Munich, but he might be back in time for the second leg at the Allianz. Who knows? He might be able to start that game on the bench, but he has been absolutely critical towards our performances and results this season in the Premier League and also the Champions League. It's a triple whammy we've lost Paul Pogba, but thankfully it's only for 4 days. He's out with back strain. He should be back for the second leg against Bayern Munich. I've just got to go away now and try and come up with our best central midfield for this first leg, though. So Manchester United against Bayern Munich. Here we are. It's David De Gea that starts in goal. Chris Smalling as captain, along with Eric Bailly. They continue their partnership at the back. Lindelof starts along with Eric Dyer and Luke Shaw. And in central midfield, Andre Horta along with Andrew Ferguson. He has got the call-up. It's a big one. And up front, Mata, Lukaku and Lewandowski. Look at this team from Bayern Munich. Neuer in goal, Carvajal, Boateng, Hummels, Alaba, Kimmich, JEKYLL, Vidal. And going forwards, they've got Bernat, Muller and Brill up front. Now Bayern Munich get started then for this first leg of the Champions League knockout stages here at Old Trafford. Well done, Lindelof. Still early days, 1 minute in. I'll just switch to extended highlights here, actually. I might have to slow things down. We'll see how it goes. Mata swings it back in. It's Chris Smalling who makes it 1-0. Chris Smalling. Just a minute played, and we already find ourselves in the lead against Bayern Munich. That was totally unexpected. Mata swings it in. And what a header from Smalling, looping it over the top of Manuel Neuer, who should be doing better there. Lewandowski, former Bayern man, up against Hummels today, who's a former United man. Lindelof swings it in, looking for Lewandowski. Here is Horta. We're out for blood today. We're looking for that second already. Lewandowski! Almost found the back of the net with that header. 20 minutes gone and it's all been Manchester United. 63% possession. We've got a throw here. Luke Shaw takes, finds Horta. It's in for Dyer, who has a go. Good catch and save there from Neuer. Mata with another corner for United. Oh, it's a penalty, Kimmich. Kimmich has conceded a penalty. And of course it will be Robert Lewandowski now. He's missed quite a few penalties already this season. Can he put it away this time against Manuel Neuer? Against his former side? Yes, he can! 2-0 United, 31 minutes in. We are in dreamland. This is absolutely superb. Unless we're going to go and get FM later and Bayern are going to pull it back and make it 3-2 in the second half. Not looking good for Horta at the moment. He's only really just come back from a thigh strain. And he's picked up a knock here. He's going down to 61%, 60% now, so I'll keep an eye. Might take him off, actually, and bring on Gomez. I don't have many options central midfield, so I'll bring on... We have got Paul Pogba, but I'm not going to take the risk. I'm going to drop Mata down, bring on Gomez. And that's a foul from Vidal, who's already on a yellow card. Surely it is. Yes, it is. He's off. Cheerio, Vidal. Bayern Munich down to 10 men. There's still time to maybe go and get a third here. Wow. I was expecting more from Bayern, to be honest. Still Ancelotti that's in charge. They've still got quite a few of their well-known players, their key players. Muller, Hummels, Vidal, who's just been sent off. Lukaku's injured now. Oh, come on. It's a serious one as well. What is it? Potential foot injury. It's probably a broken foot, isn't it? He's going to be out for a couple of months. Just drop Lewandowski as target man. Rashford as centre forwards, or complete forwards. Oh, it's just what we need. This injury list is growing. To Lewandowski now. To Lindelof, who's got to be careful. Don't want him getting suspended for that trip to Germany, to the Allianz for the second leg. Smalling and Bailly. So just wasting a bit of time. In such a comfortable position. 2-0 up. We haven't conceded an away goal either. So all's good from my point of view. Here is Eric Dyer, hit it, son. And he's going to find Lindelof instead. Swings it in. Mata to Rashford. It's Lewandowski who hits the crossbar. That would have been absolutely fantastic. It would have capped off a perfect performance from Lewandowski. 2 goals against his former side. There we go. Full time. Manchester United 2. Bayern Munich 0. We will most certainly walk into the Allianz in just a couple of weeks' time with sheer confidence that we can make the quarterfinals. Look at that as well. Dominant performance overall in all areas. Quality of possession provides victory for United. Chris Smalling with the Man of the Match award, scoring the first goal, getting United off to a flyer with that looping header now. Lukaku, oh, it's a sprained ankle. He's out for 4 to 5 weeks. Oh man, just look at that injury list. And Horta's out for 4 to 5 days, thankfully. We'll just speak to Lukaku about his injury, tell him not to worry about it, just focus on recovering and getting back to full fitness. Try and keep that morale up, try and keep his head up for when he returns. We've had to play a couple of games in between these two legs against Bayern Munich. The first being away to Huddersfield. We did finally get the win over them, and it was hard fought as well. Mata with the first goal in the 11th minute. Then they drew level through a goal from Vincent Thill, and then Marcus Rashford made it 2-1 in the 85th minute. As what seemed like a last gasp attack, as Huddersfield was so tightly compact. They defended really well. You can see we did find it difficult to break them down, even though we did have 18 shots. And up next, we were playing Swansea at home. We beat them 2-0 with goals from Valencia and Pogba. And I will show you both of these goals because they are stunners. We needed this from Valencia. Fossey Mensah found him. And what finish on the volley. He didn't look back. He absolutely put his laces through that. Antonio Valencia, nice little celebration there. Nice roly-poly. And Paul Pogba from a set piece, come from a corner. Rashford swings it in. Smalling, Pogba on the volley, on his left. Makes it 2-0. A double salvo from United. So after those 2 wins against Huddersfield and Swansea, Arsenal still winning their games. We still find ourselves 14 points top. Here we go then. We are at the Allianz today for the second leg of the Champions League knockout stages. Pretty much the same lineup for Bayern Munich. Ives starts for the suspended Vidal, who got sent off, got that second yellow in the first leg at Old Trafford. And also Son starts on the left instead of Bernat. Their bench is looking quite strong. Rudiger, Douglas Costa, Bernat and Martinez. For Manchester United though, I've had to make a few changes here. De Gea in goal, Smalling and Bay as usual, but Valencia comes in for a tired looking Lindelof, who is on the bench. Maybe bring him on in the second half. Dyer starts along with Shaw. We've got Pogba and Ferguson in central midfield. Andre Horta in that number 10 for Mata. And Wilson and Rashford up top. Lewandowski is out injured. We've got Hazard though, who starts on the bench, so could be an option. Finally get our first highlight of the game, and it's Alaba. Dyer saves again. 2 saves in quick succession from De Gea. Good defending as well from, was it Smalling that got there in time? Just to clear the ball away, tell the players to tighten up. It's totally expected though. Second leg, they've got to go for it, Bayern. They've got to do everything possible. Alaba with another free kick, hits the crossbar, and it's clear from Dyer. They're getting closer and closer. Half time, not many highlights in that first half. I'm going to tell the players that I'm not happy with their performance. Yes, we're 2-0 up on aggregate, but they're sitting back on their laurels, and I'm not happy about it. Just inviting pressure. Right, I'm going to bring on Lindelof then to replace Valencia, who's had a decent run out after that really good performance against Swansea on the weekend. No. Drill has a go. It's another save from De Gea. It's going to be a corner as Bailly couldn't clear it any other way for some reason. Sure, he could have knocked it out for a throw instead, and it's Boateng cleared off the line. Closer and closer and closer Bayern Munich get, and Andre Horta's injured now. You've got to be kidding me. This lad. It's a potential thigh injury again. It's a good job I've got Hazard to bring on and replace him with. Carvajal bombing down the right side now. Shaw makes the challenge, wins the ball back, and gives it right back to Bayern. Alaba, Son hits it! They're right back in it. It's 1-0, 2-1 on aggregate. No. We don't want this. It's got to happen, hasn't it? We've got to go into extra time and then penalties. Son, did he curl that into the back of the net? No, of course, it was a deflection. Come on, blow the whistle, ref. Look at the amount of chances Bayern are having now. We've got a corner, Hazard takes. And it's in. Oh, came off the head of Dyer. It's gone out for a goal kick. And there is full time. Even though Bayern have beaten us here today in the second leg, we are through. Whew. But only just. Into the hat we go then for the quarter-final draw of the Champions League. That performance though wasn't good. It wasn't even, I mean, there weren't many highlights, even though Bayern had more chances than us. It's quite a poor game overall. But yeah, there we go. That's kind of the making of champions. It's games like that where you can just hold in there. I suppose you have to when it comes to something like the Champions League. And there we go. Horta finally out for 2 to 3 months. Look at that injury list. It's absolutely ridiculous. Herrera, Mata, Horta, Lewandowski, Lukaku. Our 2 centre forwards gone. Gonna have to be rolling with, if only we could have brought in Harry Kane. We're gonna have to be rolling with Rashford and Wilson up top now. But look at Harry Kane. He's extremely interested in a transfer now. Can we put a deal together in the summer? Can we bring him to Old Trafford? Just going to have to wait to find out. Up next, anyway, we travel to the Etihad to take on Manchester City in the Premier League. City, they do have Wenger in charge, if you remember, so I'm looking forward to that confrontation. Actually going up against Wenger once again. I think it's the first time since my first season. But all that is in the next episode, and I will be doing the Champions League. Oh, it looks like Kingsley Coman's out injured for that game as well, which is an absolute bonus. But I will be doing the Champions League quarter-final draw in the next episode after that game against Man City, so don't miss it. But for now, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching.